Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video, and this is my Washington Nationals at Arizona Diamondbacks series recap, and my Arizona Diamondbacks at Pittsburgh Pirates series recap. So the Diamondbacks have been winning series after series after series so far. They had a good month of July. They finished off June pretty strong. They're getting healthy. They acquired some peoples, including Josh Bell. In June, they won a series with the Giants. They split with the Mets. They split with the Padres. They won the series with the Angels. Won the series with the White Sox. Won the series with the Nationals 2-1. Lost to Philly, lost to Minnesota, won the series with Oakland. In July, they won the series with the Dodgers, won the series against the Fathers, split with Atlanta, won the series against Toronto, won the series against the Cubs, won the series against the Royals, won the series against the Pirates, swept the Nats, and won the series with the Pirates. So, this is my Washington Nationals at Arizona Diamondbacks series recap, and my Arizona Diamondbacks at Pittsburgh Pirates series recap. So in game one of the Washington Nationals series, the Arizona Diamondbacks came back from a 6-0 deficit. They were down 6-0 after 2. Then they were down 8-2 after 5. And then they scored 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and 5 in the 9th to win 9-8 over the Washington Nationals. So, let's get the scoring here. In the top of the first inning, in Game 1, it was James Wood singled on a ground ball to right fielder Jake McCarthy, deflected by first baseman Christian Walker. Juan Yepez scored, and it's 1-0 Nationals. Keibert Ruiz doubled his 10th of the season on a line drive to left fielder Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Harold Ramirez scored, and it's 2-0 Nationals. Then Alex Call hit a solo home run, his first of the season, on a fly ball to left field. James Wood scored, and it's 5-0 Nationals. James Wood scored, Keibert Ruiz scored. 5-0 Nationals on a 3-run homer. Then in the top of the second, Harold Ramirez singled on a ground ball to center fielder Alek Thomas. C.J. Abrams scored, and it's 6-0 Nationals. Then in the bottom of the fourth, Kevin Newman doubled his 15th of the season on a fly ball to right fielder Alex Call. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. scored, and it's 6-1 Washington. In the bottom of the fifth, Ketel Marte singled on a line drive to center fielder Jacob Young. Eugenio Suarez scored, and it's 6-2 Nationals. Then in the top of the sixth, Harold Ramirez hit a ground rule double on a line drive to right field Trey Lipscomb. In the top of the sixth, Harold Ramirez hits a ground rule double, his 6th of the season, on a line drive to right field Trey Lipscomb scored, and it's 7-2 Nats. And then Keibert Ruiz singled on a line drive to right fielder Alek Thomas. Harold Ramirez scored, James Wood to second, and it's 8-2 Nationals. Then in the bottom of the second, Geraldo Perdomo singled on a ground ball to left fielder James Wood, deflected by second baseman Ildemaro Vargas, the former Diamondback. Eugenio Suarez scored, and it's 8-3 Nationals. Then in the bottom of the eighth, Jock Peterson singles on a ground ball to left fielder James Wood. Gabriel Moreno scored, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. to second, and it's 8-4 Nationals. Geraldo Perdomo singled on a ground ball to right fielder Alex Call. Alek Thomas scores, and it's 8-5. That was in the bottom of the ninth. Then Ketel Marte homers, his 24th of the season on a line drive to right field. Geraldo Perdomo scores a 2-run homer for Cattell and his 8-7 Diamondbacks. And then Corbin Carroll homered his 8th of the season on a line drive to right center field. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. scored a 2-run home run for Corbin Carroll, and it's 9-8 Diamondbacks get the win in Game 1 to take the series opener. So, the Arizona Diamondbacks lead the series 1-0. Like I said, though, they end up sweeping the Nats. Let's take a look at the at-bats. Ketel Marte had 5 at-bats. He had 1 run, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Has a .299 average and a .911 OPS. Gabriel Moreno had 5 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts. Has a .253 average and a .707 OPS. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Has a .254 average and a .814 OPS. That's the game Walker got hurt in, and that's when they made the trade for Josh Bell at the trade deadline. Kevin Newman, who came in for Christian Walker, had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, 2 hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts. Has a .274 average and a .690 OPS. Corbin Carroll came in to pinch hit. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 2 walks. He had 1 at-bat, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts. Has a .214 average and a .662 OPS. Randall Grichuk had 2 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Has a .272 average and a .753 OPS. Jock Peterson had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .280 average and a .908 OPS. Jake McCarthy had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .280 average and a .755 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 3 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a .219 average and a .686 OPS. Alek Thomas had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .197 average and a .648 OPS. And Geraldo Perdomo had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .253 average and a .633 OPS. The Arizona Diamondbacks had 37 at-bats. They had 9 runs, 14 hits, 9 RBIs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Jordan Montgomery went 4 innings, allowed 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, and has a 6.51 ERA. Miguel Castro went 2 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 5.93 ERA. Slade Cecconi went 2 innings, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 5.96 ERA. Joe Mantiply, who got the win, went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 4.08 ERA. So the Diamondbacks pitchers went 9 innings, allowed 15 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 1 home run. So the Diamondbacks take Game 1, 9-8. And then in Game 2, they almost doubled that. They won 9-8. Game 2, they win 17-0. The Nationals had no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The Diamondbacks had 17 runs, 22 hits, and no errors. The Nationals didn't score. The Diamondbacks scored 2 in the first, 7 in the second, 3 in the third, none in the fourth, none in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 1 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. And this this is going to take a minute. As Ryan Nelson pitched probably the game of his career in this one. In the bottom of the first, Eugenio Suarez homered, his 14th of the season, a 2-run blast on a fly ball to left field. Gabriel Moreno scored, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. Then in the bottom of the second, Geraldo Perdomo singled on a sharp line drive to right fielder Alex Call. Kevin Newman scored, and it's 3-0 Diamondbacks. Then Gabriel Moreno doubled, his 17th of the season, on a line drive to center fielder Jacob Young. Geraldo Perdomo scored. Ketel Marte scored, and it's 5-0 Diamondbacks. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. doubles, his 16th of the season, on a line drive to right fielder Alex Call. Gabriel Moreno scored. The 6-0 Diamondbacks. Eugenio Suarez singled on a pop-up to first baseman Juan Yepez. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. scored, and it's 7-0 Diamondbacks. Randall Grichuk doubled, his 12th of the season, on a sharp line drive to center fielder Jacob Young. Eugenio Suarez scored, and it's 8-0 Diamondbacks. Jake McCarthy doubled on a ground ball to right fielder Alex Call. Randall Grichuk scored, and it's 9-0 Diamondback. Jake McCarthy's 9th double of the season. Then in the bottom of the third, Ketel Marte singled on a ground ball to left fielder James Wood. Corbin Carroll scored. Geraldo Perdomo to third. Ketel Marte to second. Fielding error by left fielder James Wood, and it's 10-0 Diamondbacks. Still in the bottom of the third, Gabriel Moreno out on a sacrifice fly to right fielder Alex Call. Geraldo Perdomo scored. Ketel Marte to third, and it's 11-0 Diamondback. Things not going right at all for the Washington Nationals. In the bottom of the sixth, Eugenio Suarez homered, his 15th of the season, on a fly ball to left field. 12-0 Diamondbacks. Then Geraldo Perdomo doubles, his 9th of the season, on a ground ball to left fielder James Wood. Jake McCarthy scored. Corbin Carroll to third, and it's 13-0 Diamondbacks. And then in the bottom of the seventh, Eugenio Suarez homered, his 16th of the season, on a fly ball to left center field, and it's 14-0 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the eighth, Pavin Smith singled on a ground ball to center fielder Jacob Young. Kevin Newman scored. Corbin Carroll to third, and it's 15-0 Diamondbacks. And then Alec Thomas, a 2-run double, his 5th of the season, on a line drive to right fielder Travis Blankenhorn. Corbin Carroll scores. Pavin Smith scored. Jose Herrera to third, and it's 17-0 Diamondbacks, and that will be your final in Game 2. Ryan Nelson was spectacular in this game. Ketel Marte had 3 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .302 average and a .914 OPS. Pavin Smith had 3 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .288 average and a .853 OPS. Gabriel Moreno had 3 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .258 average and a .716 OPS. Jose Herrera had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, has a .269 average and a .675 OPS. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. had 3 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, 2 strikeouts, has a .270 average and a .720 OPS. Alec Thomas had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .203 average and a .663 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 6 at-bats, he had 4 runs, 4 hits, 5 RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .227 average and a .721 OPS. Randall Grichuk had 5 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .269 average and a .749 OPS. Jake McCarthy Had 5 at-bats. He had 1 run, 3 hits, 1 RBI, no walks, 1 strikeout, has a .286 average and a .767 OPS. Kevin Newman had 5 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 2 hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .277 average and a .692 OPS. Corbin Carroll had 3 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, 2 walks, no strikeouts, a .214 average and a .665 OPS. And Geraldo Perdomo had 5 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, has a .265 average and a .665 OPS. The Diamondbacks had 45 at-bats, 17 runs, 22 hits, 17 RBIs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Ryan Nelson, who got the win, went 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 4.53 ERA. Bryce Jarvis went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 3.19 ERA. And Justin Martinez went 1 inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 2.14 ERA. And the Diamondbacks win 17-0 in Game 2 and clinch the series. And then in Game 3, they win 5-4 and improve to 58-51 on the season, drop the Nationals to 49-60. The Diamondbacks win Game 3 5-4. The Nationals had 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. The Diamondbacks 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Nationals scored 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th. The Diamondbacks scored 1 in the 3rd, 4 in the 6th to win 5-4 and get the sweep. Let's take a look at the scoring. In the bottom of the 3rd, it was a wild pitch by pitcher Mackenzie Gore. Jake McCarthy scored, and it's 1-0 Diamondbacks. Then in the top of the 4th, Harold Ramirez doubled his 7th of the season on a line drive to right fielder Corbin Carroll. James Wood scores, and it's 1-1. And then in the bottom of the 6th, Pavin Smith grounded out softly to first baseman Juan Yepez. Eugenio Suarez scored. Randall Grichuk moved to 3rd, and it's 2-1 Diamondbacks. And then Geraldo Perdomo singled on a line drive to left fielder James Wood. Randall Grichuk scored, and it's 3-1 Diamondbacks. And then Corbin Carroll singled on a ground ball to right fielder Travis Blankenhorn. Geraldo Perdomo scored, and it's 4-1 Diamondbacks. And then Jose Herrera doubled his 2nd of the season on a line drive to center fielder Alex Call. Corbin Carroll scored, and it's 5-1 Diamondbacks. Then in the top of the 6th, Luis Garcia Jr. singled on a line drive to center fielder Alec Thomas. Juan Yepez scored, and it's 5-2 Diamondbacks. Top of the 9th, C.J. Abrams doubled his 23rd of the season on a sharp fly ball to center fielder Alec Thomas. Jacob Young scored, and it's 5-3 Diamondbacks. And then a passed ball by catcher Jose Herrera. C.J. Abrams scored. Nazim Nunez to 3rd. James Wood to 2nd. 5-4 Diamondbacks win and sweep the Washington Nationals. And the Diamondbacks improved to 58-51 on the season. Ryan Thompson got the save in that game. Zach Gallen got the win. Mackenzie Gore got the loss. So Gallen is 9-5 with a 3.56 ERA. Mackenzie Gore 6-9 with a 4.54 ERA. Ryan Thompson, his first save of the season, and he has a 1.81 ERA. Ketel Marte had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .302 average, and a .910 OPS. Jake McCarthy had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 3 hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .294 average, and a .787 OPS. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .269 average, and a .720 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 2 hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, has a .230 average and a .724 OPS. Randall Grichuk had 3 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, a .271 average and a .757 OPS. Alek Thomas had no at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .203 average and a .663 OPS. Pavin Smith had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .270 average and a .801 OPS. Kevin Newman had 2 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .279 average and a .694 OPS. Geraldo Perdomo had 2 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .268 average and a .662 OPS. Corbin Carroll had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .215 average and a .664 OPS. Jose Herrera had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .267 average and a .686 OPS. The Diamondbacks had 35 at-bats. They had 5 runs, 12 hits, 4 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Zach Gallen got the win. He's 9-5. He went 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 3.56 ERA. AJ Puk went 1 inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 4.02 ERA. Kevin Ginkel went 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 2.68 ERA. Paul Sewald went one third of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 4.39 ERA. Ryan Thompson went 2/3 of an inning. He got the save. Allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 1.81 ERA. Diamondbacks pitching went 9 innings, allowed 10 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, no home runs. And the Diamondbacks sweep the Nationals, and then they go into Pittsburgh and win that series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Game 1, the Diamondbacks take a 5-0, scored 5 runs in the first inning. The Diamondbacks scored 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Pirates 8 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. Dylan Floro, who the Diamondbacks acquired at the trade deadline, gets the win. He's 4-3 with a 2.03 ERA. Holderman gets the loss. He's 3-3 with a 2.48 ERA. Ryan Thompson gets the save. His second, he's got a 1.97 ERA. This was a back and forth game. In the top of the first, Corbin Carroll tripled, his 9th of the season, on a line drive to right fielder Brian De La Cruz. Corbin Carroll scored, throw-in error by shortstop O'Neill Cruz, and it's 1-0 Diamondbacks. Then Ketel Marte homered, his 25th of the season, a solo home run and a fly ball to right field, 2-0 Diamondbacks. Then they go back-to-back. Jock Peterson homered, his 16th of the season, on a fly ball to right field, 3-0 Diamondbacks. They go back-to-back home runs, as making his Diamondbacks debut in his first game as an Arizona Diamondback. Josh Bell homered, his 15th of the season, on a fly ball to right center field, 4-0 Diamondbacks. And then in the top of the 6th, Alek Thomas singles on a line drive to right fielder Brian De La Cruz. Eugenio Suarez scored in a 6-3 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 6th, Jared Triolo hit by pitch, Joey Bart to third, Cabrian Hayes to second. Michael A. Taylor grounds into a force-out shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo to second base, Ketel Marte. Joey Bart scores, Cabrian Hayes to third, Jared Triolo out at second, Michael A. Taylor to first. 6-4 Diamondbacks. Andrew McCutchen singled on a line drive to right field, Corbin Carroll. Cabrian Hayes scored, Michael A. Taylor to third, and a 6-5 Diamondbacks. Brian Reynolds singled on a sharp line drive to center fielder Alec Thomas. Michael A. Taylor scored Andrew McCutchen to second, and it's 6-6. Uh, then the Pirates take the lead. They challenge a home plate collision. Call on the field was upheld. Pirates challenge tag play. Call on the field. They challenged a tag play. Call on the field was overturned. That gave the Pirates a 7-6 lead. Josh Bell homered his 16th of the season on a fly ball to right field. Tied it at 7. Then in the top of the 8th, Geraldo Perdomo doubled his 10th of the season on a sharp line drive to right fielder Brian De La Cruz. Gabriel Moreno scored. 8-7 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 8th. Jared Triolo strikes out swinging. It's 8-7 Diamondbacks. And then in the top of the 9th, Ketel Marte homered his 26th of the season on a fly ball to right field. 9-7 Diamondbacks. And then in the bottom of the 8th, Rowdy Tellez singled on a line drive to right fielder Corbin Carroll. O'Neill Cruz scored. And it's 9-8 Diamondbacks win. So the Diamondbacks improved to 59-51 on the season. The Pittsburgh Pirates fall to 55-54. Then in Game 2 of this series, the Diamondbacks lose 4-2 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. The winning pitcher was Nicholas. He's 2-2 with a 3.11 ERA. Lost Ciccone. He's 2-7 with a 6.14 ERA. Saved David Bednar. His 20th. He's got a 5.06 ERA. The Diamondbacks had 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors in Game 2. The Pirates 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 RBI. Let's take a look at the scoring here. Joey Bart homered his 8th of the season on a fly ball to left center field. 1-0 Pirates. Then in the top of the 5th, Jock Peterson walks. Eugenio Suarez scored. Gabriel Moreno to third. Geraldo Perdomo to second, and it's 1-1. Then bottom of the 6th, Brian Reynolds homered a 2-run home run. His 19th of the season on a fly ball to center field. Ji-Hwan Bae scored, and it's 3-1 Pirates. Joey Bart singled on a line drive to left fielder Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Connor Joe scored, and it's 4-1 Pirates. And then in the top of the 9th, Ketel Marte singled on a line drive to right fielder Brian De La Cruz. Geraldo Perdomo scored. Corbin Carroll to third. 4-2 Pirates beat the Diamondbacks. So the Pittsburgh Pirates improved to 56-54. The Arizona Diamondbacks fall to 59-52. Corbin Carroll had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, a .213 average, and a .661 OPS. Ketel Marte had 5 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI, no walks, 2 strikeouts, a .302 average, and a .918 OPS. Jock Peterson had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, 1 RBI, 2 walks, no strikeouts, a .208 average, a .280 average, and a .921 OPS. Randall Grichuk had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .269 average, and a .753 OPS. Alec Thomas had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .205 average, and a .663 OPS. Josh Bell had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .238 average, and a .708 OPS. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a .267 average, and a .713 OPS. Jake McCarthy had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .289 average, and a .775 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 4 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, a .230 average, and a .722 OPS. Gabriel Moreno had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .257 average, and a .712 OPS. Geraldo Perdomo had 3 at-bats. He had 1 run, 3 hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .281 average, and a .704 OPS. The Diamondbacks had 34 at-bats. They had 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, 12 strikeouts. Jordan Montgomery went 3 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, has a 6.37 ERA. Slade Ciccone, who got the loss, went 2 1/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, has a 6.14 ERA. Joe Mantiply went 1 2/3, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 3.92 ERA. Paul Sewald went 1 inning, allowed no runs, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 4.23 ERA. The Diamondbacks pitching went 8 innings, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, 2 home runs, and the Diamondbacks lose Game 2, 4-2, and fall to 59-52 on this season. The season is almost over, but then they win Game 3 and clinch this series. They win Game 3 6-5. The Diamondbacks had 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Pirates had 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The win goes to Paul Sewald. He's 1-2 with a 4.08 ERA. Holderman gets the loss. He's 3-4 with a 3.07 ERA. AJ Puck gets the save, his second. He's got a 4.13 ERA. Let's take a look at the scoring in this game. In the bottom of the first, Brian De La Cruz singled on a ground ball to left fielder Jake McCarthy. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa scored, and it's 1-0 Pirates. Then in the bottom of the second, Yasmani Grandal doubled on his 8th of the season on a fly ball to right fielder Corbin Carroll. Joey Bart scored, and it's 2-0 Pirates. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa tripled his 3rd of the season on a fly ball to right fielder Corbin Carroll. Ji Hwan Bae scored, Yasmani Grandal scored, and it's 4-0 Pirates. Then in the bottom of the 6th, Ketel Marte grounded out to second baseman Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. First baseman Rowdy Tellez. Corbin Carroll scored, and it's 4-1 Pirates. Jake McCarthy singled on a line drive to center fielder Ji Hwan Bae. Jock Peterson scored, Josh Bell to second, and it's 4-2 Pirates. Then in the top of the 7th, Jock Peterson homered on his 17th of the season on a fly ball to left center field. Geraldo Perdomo scored, Corbin Carroll scored. That was a 3-run home run. And it's 5-4 Diamondbacks. And then in the top of the 9th, Ketel Marte homered his 27th of the season on a fly ball to center field. 6-4 Diamondbacks, and then Brian Reynolds singled on a sharp line drive to right fielder Corbin Carroll. Andrew McCutchen scored. 6-5 Diamondbacks get the win. Let's take a look at the at-bats. Corbin Carroll had 4 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 2 hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, has a .215 average and a .671 OPS. Ketel Marte had 5 at-bats. He had 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .300 average, and a .919 OPS. Jock Peterson had 5 at-bats. He had 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .282 average, and a .931 OPS. Josh Bell had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, a .237 average, and a .706 OPS. Kevin Newman had no at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .279 average, and a .694 OPS. Jake McCarthy had 4 at-bats. He had no runs, 2 hits, 1 RBI, no walks, no strikeouts, a .292 average, and a .778 OPS. Eugenio Suarez had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a .228 average, and a .718 OPS. Alek Thomas had 3 at-bats. He had no runs, 1 hit, no RBIs, no walks, no strikeouts, a .210 average, and a .663 OPS. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. had no at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, a .267 average, and a .715 OPS. Geraldo Perdomo had 1 at-bat. He had 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI, or 3 at-bats, I'm sorry. He had 1 run, 1 hit, no RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a .282 average, and a .707 OPS. Jose Herrera had 2 at-bats. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .250 average, and a .646 OPS. Gabriel Moreno had 1 at-bat. He had no runs, no hits, no RBIs, no walks, 1 strikeout, a .256 average, and a .710 OPS. The Diamondbacks had 33 at-bats. He had 6 runs, 9 hits, 6 RBIs, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. Ryan Nelson went 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 4.65 ERA. Paul Sewald, who ended up getting the win, went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 4.08 ERA. Justin Martinez went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 2.05 ERA. Dustin Floro, who we got from the Washington Nationals, went 1 inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 1.99 ERA. Ryan Thompson went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, no strikeouts, no home runs, and has a 2.15 ERA. Andrew Puck, who got the save, his second of the season, went 2/3 of an inning, allowed no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, no home runs, and has a 4.13 ERA. The Diamondbacks pitching went 9 innings, allowed 10 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 13 strikeouts, no home runs, and the Diamondbacks clinched the series, so the Diamondbacks improved to 60-52 on the season. The Pittsburgh Pirates fall to 56-55. Now tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, the Arizona Diamondbacks are at the Cleveland Guardians. It'll be Logan Allen on the mound for the Cleveland Guardians. He's 8-4 with a 5.67 ERA, 76 strikeouts. Zach Gallen on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's 9-5 with a 3.56 ERA, 92 strikeouts. So we got to get to Logan Allen early and often, and we need to win Game 1 in Cleveland. They are a pretty good baseball team. They're 67-44. The Arizona Diamondbacks come in at 60-52, but we got to take advantage of Allen's high ERA, and we need to win this series with the Cleveland Guardians, because the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, we're at home against the Philadelphia Phillies. That's not going to be a fun series. But we got to keep on winning to keep our wild card playoff hopes alive. And then we play Colorado, which that series doesn't scare me. They're 41-72, so we got to beat Cleveland, split with Philadelphia, and then beat Colorado, and that chase for the division, because the Dodgers keep losing as well, so the chase for the division, we're not far out. So guys, stay tuned for my Arizona Diamondbacks at Cleveland Guardians series preview. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. This is Sports Dom. Peace Go Diamondbacks. Let's beat the Guardians. Let's win this series. Come out of Cleveland with a series victory, and let's get into the playoffs. Go Diamondbacks.